Alright, hello everyone. Let's try this once again because last night when I came home I rambled a lot. So first thing first, getting on this thing is still difficult to me. I know it's even lower than the average big boy motorcycle, but it's a lot taller than my DN 125. So I still struggle a little bit, also because yesterday I had my second helmet there and that didn't help. But without the helmet it's a lot easier. Sorry. The reviews, everybody says this feels very light. I do feel the weight. I mean, well, I was with a 120 motorcycle, 120 kilo motorcycle, so this is twice that. Gracias. And as they say, when you are moving, you don't really feel the weight. But yesterday was Friday night traffic, which is really heavy here. So I had to constantly stop and start and move it between lanes. And you do feel the weight, especially if you're not used to it. To point out things I noticed yesterday. First is the effect of the shape of the motorcycle. I mean, most more motorcycles with their fairings and their construction, the dashboard is an integral part of the bodywork and it stays static when you turn the handlebars. My old motorcycle was designed from the 80s, even if it was from 2013. So I was used to see the clocks moving with the handlebar. And that still baffles me a little bit. I'm gonna take a bit to get used to that, because yeah, parts of my brain says, but wait, you are taking the corner but you are not turning. Second thing I noticed is the brake pedal. My previous motorcycle had a drum brake, which I hated because it needed constant adjustment. And when you brake, you feel the feedback, the back pressure on the pedal. With this, you don't feel like it's there at all. You do feel the effect of the braking. Everybody says this motorcycle has not very powerful brakes, maybe because they are used to these big leader motorcycles with double disc where they can brake in a very short space. Yeah, sport stuff, but this isn't meant for that, and I do think it's the brakes for this motorcycle were designed more for the unpaved roads. So even that way, I do feel they are much more effective than my old motorcycle brakes. Although I think those are a little weak even compared to what they should be. So yes, for the time being I am very happy with these brakes. That's a little bit of a population. I think it's a product of the interaction with the shape of the road. Although I really hadn't felt that before. You can see I still really don't have the confidence to lean in the corners. For the dashboard, the digital part wasn't really adjusted when they delivered it. The clock is not set up properly. The compass, the famous Himalayan compass, as always, is also misaligned. Well, I am definitely feeling much more comfortable than last night. One, because, well, it's daylight, and two, because there is a lot less traffic. As for the riding, all these little speed bumps that are all over the place, because this is a residential school zone. I mean, I do feel them, but I just go over them, and I feel the suspension can take them easily. In the end, I had to be careful. I knew I had to slow down, and I didn't really top the suspension with them, but I felt them a lot yeah, I feel them a lot more heavily, directly. I was feeling, sometimes I feel it lags a little bit on third gear. I'm not sure why, maybe because I just engaged it too soon. But I was told to keep it below 3500 RPM for the first 500 kilometers, and not go above 4000. So I know those are really recommendations, and what matters the most is not to keep it in the same RPM for too long, and of course don't go all the way to the red line, but still below 4000 I have all the speed I need in the city. I am, of course, getting used to make the gears without looking at the indicator in the dashboard. And this indicator has a little bit of lag, so as a result yesterday I was sometimes overcompensating and making an additional gear change, because from what I saw, the gear hadn't engaged already, but it had. It is a beautiful morning today. So just for example, the GM has this little set of light bulbs, old school light bulbs with a filament, and they are connected to some circuit in the gearbox, so the very instant you make a gear change, you see it in the dashboard. And of course I was already used to making the changes without looking at the dashboard. But with this one, since I am still getting used to it, I look sometimes and I move the gear changer and the indicator takes a little bit to tell me. So I think I have failed to engage the gear, and I actuate the pedal once again. I guess I really haven't been doing that today. But the lag is really noticeable. It has to be at least half a second. Oh, one thing I definitely have noticed, and I adore already about this motorcycle, is how effortlessly goes uphill. I carried the same RPM going up this bridge than I was using in the flat part. She just made no effort to go up the I was getting a little bit excited too. And my arms are not still getting used to the position. But yesterday I was very tired, although my arms weren't sore as I feared I will wake up today. People in this city, I swear. She doesn't care. I shouldn't be taking it to 4,000. Oh, I was never taking about 60 kilometers an hour, maybe 70, but I was in 50. 3500 and I was doing 80, so yeah, I guess I can do 80 without worries. Also, it's not like I'm going to have this traffic most of the week. Today is a Saturday and it's not even 6 AM. Because that's how we work here. That's legal here. And I get no extra money for that. One thing I also forgot to mention, the handlebars feel amazing. Yes, they are wide, but that's not really what I mean. I mean the controls. I usually can reach the well, in the gym I was able to reach the turning indicators, well, while holding the clutch. Here I look at that. I feel my thumb doesn't reach it. And I am not fond of having to let go of the clutch to activate the indicator switch. About engine braking I can't comment because I don't know how to actually do it. So it seems the fifth gear doesn't really go well at 3000 RPM. But I don't know why I struggle to make it back to fourth. Oh, come on, why is this guy so slow? Right forearm is definitely tired. I mean, it's like this isn't really designed to give your hand on the lever, and it's not adjustable. Well, thankfully the Himalayan has a good aftermarket stock of parts. Doesn't like anything here, right? Fuck! I changed it too big. And it drops the RPMs. Slightly concerned with the gear shifting because when I make a test ride, I only had it for 5 minutes, and I have my work boots, which are really tall in the tip, so I have trouble shifting gears. But Right now the gear shifting is really effective, no problem with it. And I am right to my destination, so I guess that's it.